Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is Chini's Glam World. So today's tutorial I'm going to be taking you on how to do makeup from age skin for age skin. So I'm going to be taking you on how I achieved this very gorgeous look on my thumbnail on my beautiful mama here. So watch and learn something today. So I started by cleaning off her face with a baby wipe. Then I went in with a face serum just to keep her face very firm. You already see that she has a nice skin for her age. So after that I went in with my Cetaphil moisturizer just to keep her face hydrated. Afterwards, since I'm going to be drawing her brows before a foundation, so I first of all went in and concentrated the primer on her eyebrows just to make sure that the eyebrows are dry, so that when I'm going to apply the pencil, it's going to really show, it's going to pop. So I went in with the concealer on the brows. After that, I used my setting powder just to dry off all the oil on the eyebrows. Then afterwards, I'm going to be using my Davis pencil to draw my eyebrows in this video. So I'm using the Davis pencil in number 18 just to draw the eyebrows. So I'm already outlining the brows with my sharpened Davis pencil. You see that I go back again to sharpen my pencil just to make sure that my pencil is very sharp when I'm outlining the brows. So after outlining the brows, I'm filling it in gently, one at a time. So after then, and I'm applying the other brows as well. I'm going to outline it. I'm going to fill it. You see that Mama has a very great skin. She has very nice skin. She doesn't have all these wrinkles and all that. So I'm already prepped her face very well to make sure that her face is firm before I go in with the foundation. So I'm outlining the other brows and I'm filling lightly. I didn't want to carve her brows, though she also do not want her brows to be carved also. So I'm going to using just a natural hair to just achieve. I'm using just a natural brush to just achieve that natural curves on it. So I'm still outlining the brows. So I'm going to just highlight the brows using my Ferrero concealer palette. Sorry, I didn't get to show you in this video. But meanwhile, I like the way my skin is popping on this video. You know, earlier I complained about my skin having some reactions and all that. So I went back to my previous cream, and it has been helping me to really clear out all those blemishes on my skin. And this very dark knuckles I complain about, I noticed that it's been clearing off as I went back to my previous cream I've been using, and I'm so happy that at least I'm seeing results on my skin. So thereafter I went back to highlight the upper part of the brows. I'm highlighting. I'm not pressing. I'm just using a very light hand for this brows tutorial. So just take your time. You're going to learn something new in this video. So after I was done with highlighting both brows, I just wanted to go for something very neutral. So I'm going in with the foundation. I did that. I was supposed to use a dewy foundation since I didn't have one, so I'm going to be using this matte foundation that I have. But then I mixed it very well with the setting spray just to give it that very dewy look. So this foundation is very matte, but then I'm going to be using it since that's what I came back with. So then I'm blending in the foundation into the skin using this beauty sponge. It's a very, very fluffy beauty sponge. So I'm using it to just beat the foundation into the skin to make sure that everything blends well into the skin. So I'm using a light shade. So I'm not doing something very extra in this video because Mama do not like makeup that much. So I'm just getting to do something very natural for her so that she doesn't end up saying that, oh, I can't wear this makeup, because she's not a makeup type. So she just wanted to look very gorgeous for her outing. So I'm highlighting her face. So I used the concealer from my Ferrero palette. I'm using it to highlight her face. So I'm going to be setting up the remaining part of her face with this beauty to set up her face. So thereafter, I'm using my what they call it, my Ferrari concealer palette. That'll be my base for the eyeshadow. So I'm using it to set the white shade. I'm using it as my base. I'm using my hand to just tap the base into the eye so that it sits very well, so that there are no cracks when I apply the eyeshadow. So I'm just tapping it in. So I went in with this brown shade from my powder palette just to smoke it at the end. Then I'm going to be doing it for my transition. So that's what I'm doing at this moment. Sorry that I'm covering my head to just actually cover those points. So I'm just trying to get, since my sister was filming this video for me, I was using a tripod stand. So I'm just trying to capture so that it doesn't block the view. So you capture everything I'm doing. So I'm using this very nude shade I'm using my classic blush palette. That's what I'm using to achieve this eyeshadow look. So that's a nude shade. I don't know why all the nude shade in this my powder palette are actually looking the same. As when I apply it, I came to see that they're all looking the same in my video. I don't know why it is like that, but I went in with this new shade. Since Mama is not a fan of makeup, I'm using this new shade. So afterward, I went in with that brown again to smoke it at the end so that the new shades pop very well. After that, I noticed I didn't come with my black liner. I was looking for it, I couldn't find it, so I had to improvise. I'm using this black eyeshadow. I'm using it as my liner. So in a situation whereby you can't lay your hands on your liner, you can't find the liner, you can actually use your black eyeshadow with a very precise brush, a very tiny matte brush, very precise brush. Just you can use it to do your lining, but you have to be careful so you get it very well, so that your hands are very, very straight when you are lining. So Mama really tried. She like, her eyes are not teary and all that. She just didn't want lashes and the rest. So afterward, I went in to line her lips. I'm using my carrot eyeliner brown shade. I'm using it to line my lips. I'm using it to line the lips. So she didn't want something very extra. So I'm not overlining and all that. I'm not overlining. I'm just taking her lips just the way it is. I'm just tracing her lips just according to the way her lips are. So after lining the lips, I'm going to be using my new shade from my Flawless Ivory palette. Sorry that I'm actually tapping this in. This lipstick palette is quite old, so I need to get a new one. So I can't just properly throw it away, so I'm just using it. So I'm using this very new shade to line my lips. Sorry, ignore my baby. My baby actually shouting in this background as I'm recording this voice note. So my baby is actually reading this voice over. Sorry. So I'm actually blending the lips in. I'm blending the lips in here. I'm just trying to achieve something very mild. She doesn't. There are some nude that are very loud also. So she doesn't want a very loud color. So I just went in with that new shade just to further blend in, so that there are no demarcation between the brown and the new shade that I've applied. So I'm just blending. Look at how gorgeous Mama is looking already. She's not going to recognize herself when she sees the end product of the end result of this makeup. So she's actually blending. So Mama is actually a Gen Z Mama. See how she's blending. She's just doing it. She's marking very well. There are no cracks, making the work very easy for me. So I hope that you're enjoying this tutorial as much as I'm enjoying it as well. So after then, I'm going to line the lips. I'm just actually correcting the areas that are wrong. I'm going to use my concealer to just correct every end and just to get that precise looking edge, just to get that ombre effect. So after then, I'm still lining the lips. So after lining the lips, I just use my brush to just further clean up the concealer that I use in highlighting the lips. So then I'm just setting up the eyes very well. setting the transition, removing any harsh lines and the rest. So I'm going to go ahead to contour her nose. So I didn't do a wet contour. I didn't use actually a wet, so I'm just going to do a very dry one using my brush to just further contour her nose, her forehead, her cheekbones. She didn't want something extra, so I'm just doing very mild with whatever I'm doing. You see how gorgeous the makeup is looking already. So you see I'm contouring her cheekbones, her forehead. That's what I'm still doing. So then I went ahead to tie her gilly. She wanted to tie gilly as well. So you see that I'm picking the gilly already. So I'm placing the gilly. So after place, I'm going to place it on her hair. So if you're aiming to just achieve that very natural, that very simple gilly simple gilly, you want to just tie the gilly for yourself, you can just make use of these steps that I'm dropping below. I'm not a professional like that in tying gilly, but I try my best. When I was learning, I learned how to tie gilly, but since it's been very long I tied gilly, it tends to just leave my hand. So I'm just trying, since it's been a long time I actually tied gilly. So after pleating, I place it on her head. I'm going to be picking it. I'm going for a fan gilly in this tutorial. Is going to be a fan gilly, so I'm going to be picking it. I'm trying not to lose the pleats. So once I pick the other end, the fan at the end. So that's what I'm doing. Just watch. You're going to learn something new. See the way I'm picking. Everybody has their ways of tying gilly, and this is actually the way I learned. So that's the way I learned. That's the way I'm tying this gilly. Though I've forgotten some part, like when you're not consistent with something, that thing tends to leave you. So that's what is actually happening. And also this what they call it, this gilly is actually it's very soft. It's not that strong anymore. So for a fan gilly, you actually need a very strong gilly that will give you that pleat. See how the end is just folding up, because this gilly is not a new one and it's not that strong, but it's still giving me what I want. And this is a very small gilly, so I just make it to pop up a lot. So after picking the fan to the end, I'm going to be tying it. I was supposed to tie this with a rope, or I'm going to pin it. So since there were no available pins then, so I had to just improvise. I'm just improvising in this video because I didn't come with my item, that's my product. I didn't come with all of it. So I went on for the Xmas, for the Christmas. So I'm just using the available product that I have with me. So after pleating, I tied the gilly. You see, I already tied it with a baby wipe. That's what I could lay my hands on. So I already tied the gilly. So I'm going to take it to the back, and I'm going to tie it together and tie very tight so that the gilly doesn't fall off from my head. So sorry for the yawning. I'm just yawning up and down. This is morning. I'm recording this voice notes in the morning. So bear with me, and my baby's adding rhythms to this voiceover. So I'm tying this gilly at the end. I already tied it at the back, so I'm going to go to the front and just further arrange it as I'm tying. And this is the finished look. I hope that you love it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time on my channel. Bye bye.